I'm here with two former legends.
Where's the bloke? It's half time.
We talk to a bloke about football. Where's the bloke?
Go and get the bloke, love. Come on, get the bloke, love.
Where's the bloke?
Where's the bloke, love?
Where's the bloke?
Get the bloke, love. Get the bloke.
You've got a fucking day to get 3 points!
But Tottenham, it's the history of the Tottenham.
We'll do it live! Fuck it!
Okay, let's go.
That clap was ridiculous.
Blokes, episode 22. Welcome, everybody. Let's kick it off in normal fashion. Throw it over to the camp man. Dímelo. Is that how I say give it to me in Spanish?
Dyche dos. So.
Oh, he's wrong! Oh!
Is it dose?
Oh, he's wrong. Oh, I've been waiting for this. Brother, it's the same as last week, but plus dose.
I honestly won't lie to you. I blanked out.
22.
20. I'm already on 22.
No. Yeah, dude. Dice dos. That's not even. First of all, dice is like it's not a number. Dose is.
Dose
12.
is 12. Listen, I stopped taking Spanish in high school for a reason. I took Mandarin Chinese, which I am also not proficient in whatsoever. So yeah,
it's criminal that they let someone like you take that course,
knowing
that you're never going to use it. What would you have?
What am I going to do with Spanish? Have to name off fucking episode numbers on a podcast 5 years down the line?
Common language.
Please.
Is it the most common language in the world or second most common?
It's up there.
Beats me.
No. Anyway, fellas, we had a really great week of Premier League fixtures. So let's see. We started it off on Friday with the Blues, or is that Thursday? Friday.
It was Friday, yeah.
Friday,
Yep.
Big match against Fulham. The return fixture of the one we lost away at Craven Cottage. Pretty uneventful. The 0-0 final time. Not much you can really say about the game other than like Ethan's been right all along. Like, can we get Fofana into the side instead of Kai Havertz? I don't know if you guys watched the game at all, but when Fofana came in, the last, 10 minutes he was on, completely different side. Same as when they brought up
almost scores that goal.
Yeah. Well, Tim Ream, American, not much you can do there. American wills are stronger than most, so he was always going to keep that one out.
Yeah.
Other than that, Mudryk was apparently sick, which raises questions of why start him if he was sick. This one,
especially when you had to fit Sterling.
Yeah, fit Sterling, and this is where I'm going to be got a lot this year. Learning new players, learning their names. Madueke? Is that his name?
Yeah, Noni.
Madueke?
He was excellent. Yeah.
Okay. I heard the announcer say it, and I just in one ear, one out the other. He was pretty good. Came on for Mudryk at half. Enzo looked pretty good. Pretty good, if I do say so myself. He's not, scoring goals, but he's a central midfielder. He almost scored a worldie, but just wide of the post. Mm-hmm. Other than that, pretty boring fucking match. Fulham did nothing realistically.
Willian had a couple exciting movements here and there. The difference between the two squads, right, is that Fulham have the same squad. They've been playing together all season. They have an identity. They know that it was a tough place to come in and get points. They were happy to walk away with one where they currently are at and the progress that they're building. And then you've got a team like Chelsea, right? You've got all these new signings. You've got a new manager, or you've got Potter now who's got to do something with all these new signings and find an identity and try and rotate in the right guys. And it's exactly where Chelsea are right now. They just look like a team without an identity. And it will look like that for a little bit.
Yeah, that's the problem with bringing in new signings. You need the team to gel together, and they won't gel together until they play together. So, listen, I'm not expecting. That's why it's so perfect in a sick, sadistic way that this all happened in the middle of the season, as opposed to, happened in July. Because now we're at least able to get these remaining 17 Premier League games under our belt. Like, everybody can finish out the season together, even Champions League to play. It's just about getting the team together at this point. And if we could finish the season strong, am very confident about next year.
Yeah, I think what Chelsea have to figure out is what their identity is going to be. They've got a lot of great options in the back. They've got Reece healthy now, so that should help things change a little bit. Maybe bring. What do you think about the keeper situation? Are you cool with Kepa, or do you want to bring in someone else?
I don't know if you guys. I don't know if you guys are big stat heads or anything like that, big numbers guys. But Chelsea Football Club, I believe, are third in the Premier League in clean sheets. So I do not think defending.
I don't know if you're a stat guy, but the only reason they're not sitting in 10th is because who helped you out? Wolves beat Liverpool.
Regardless, my point stands. Third in the league in clean sheets, I believe. Kepa Arrizabalaga.
To me, clean sheets don't really matter unless they are helping you at the top of the table.
No, you see, that's a boneheaded take, Maresh. That's a guy, arguably, if I didn't know any better, Maresh, if I hadn't done 21 episodes prior to this with you, I would say you don't know ball by saying that.
What is the point?
Because that's where it starts. That's like, oh, yeah. All
you
Everton
sit here
do
and you ridicule fucking
XG
every week in, fucking week out. You ridicule XG as a useless stat. But I would argue clean sheets, if you're sitting 9th in the table, are a useless statistic.
Incorrect. Because it could be a completely different situation where we're 9th in the table because of our defense and because we can't stop goals. So I would much rather have it be like attacking problems because those come. Like attacking is the easiest thing to fix. It's way harder to fix the defense, a leaky defense.
Speaking of attacking problems, you guys got to get Kai Havertz on the next plane to fucking Germany. You got to get him out of this squad.
Listen, again, I think this is all culminating in what I say every week. It's just his match load is wearing on him. There's a lot of factors. And I think necessarily he doesn't get the best service either.
I mean, Mount's looking kind of tragic.
Yeah, exactly. He's got to get out of the side. He's so out of form right now. He's got to get out of the side
Mount's
just for like
visibility.
A slap on the
his
wrist.
Awareness is terrible, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Get him out the side for a little bit. Get him back in when he's learned his lesson or figured it out.
I saw some clips of Mudryk making some runs, and they're like, "Oh, he doesn't know." They're like, "He doesn't know yet."
Nothing he can do.
Doesn't provide service.
I'm
There's all the Chelsea boys being like, "Oh, poor lad, doesn't know."
Yeah, I'm just excited for Conte to come back because that will allow Enzo Fernandez to not have to play the deep-lying midfielder role because if you watch the game, Enzo is dropping back into that back line a lot to play balls from the defense. I'm excited for when Conte comes back because it will give Enzo way more opportunity to get up the pitch, get more involved offensively, and I think that's what we need right now. I don't know how true this is. I saw a stat floating around somewhere that Chelsea haven't scored in 2 years on a counterattack. I don't know how true that stat is.
Ooh.
But
that's crazy. Crazy big if true.
Big if
you
true.
See, but I don't know how true that stat is. I like off the top of my head.
That's why I said if true.
Yeah. You big dummy. You listen.
Nothing we can do. But I listen. To come, people are gonna laugh like, "Oh, Chelsea." I'm just happy we didn't lose because if we come out that game and we lose that game with all the new signings, it's
rough.
It's mushroom clouds everywhere. It's apocalypse now. It's burn the club down. It's relocate. That's what Twitter would be like right now. So
you
I'm
did
happy
predict
we
a 2-0 win though.
Came away unscathed. And made.
You did predict a 2-0 win.
I did, yeah, but I got half of it right. We just couldn't score.
The spins on this.
No, that's true.
Oh my God.
I got half of it right.
A 0-0 is half of a 2-0 win. Is that how the math works?
Yeah, I predicted half of the score right, yeah.
Technically, he guessed that Fulham would not score.
Yes.
But were very far away from two. I mean, technically, you guys should have won 2-0. Kai Havertz missed a pretty easy chance, and Fofana.
He hit the fucking crossbar on like a tough angled chip where the goalie was rushing out. That's not like that unheard of, Maresh.
Hey,
that's a hard finish to make, regardless of form.
All Swedish no finish, my man.
I'm fine. Listen, I'm fine with this 0-0 draw. I think it shows signs at least that we're improving. Like, there's some improvement. You
Yeah,
laugh.
sure.
You guys want to sit there and laugh.
I guess
that's
you
what you have to
lost
look
to
for when
Fulham
you're
last
fucking
time.
slumping. And
Don't tell me about fucking slumping.
let's not forget the same Graham Potter side went on a 10-match unbeaten run early in his tenure. Like, there's shit there. It's just, I think we're kind of knocking right now. I think we're just on the cusp of being
How many ties in that
good
unbeaten run?
this season. But
A lot of draws. But all right. So you've got West Ham on Saturday, and then you play. So you're going to West Ham, then you're going to Dortmund, and then you play Southampton at home, and then you go to Spurs.
those are two
So
games
4
in the
matches.
league we should win. West Ham and
Well,
especially Southampton. West Ham at least have like some players on their team. Like, they just drew Newcastle yesterday. They can at least do something, but like, those are 2 games we should win.
Yeah. Cool. Well, Southampton, you did lose to at the beginning of the season.
I know what I'm saying, Maresh. We should win those 2 games. Southampton is absolutely pathetic. West Ham, not too far off from pathetic. I would only give them the pathetic tag because they still have the likes of like Ogbonna starting at center back. But they at least have some guys. They have Bowen.
And
They have Antonio.
The cat kicker.
They have some guys.
The cat kicking Kurt Zuma.
Champion of Europe, Kurt Zuma. But
Oh my god, bro.
Fucking go. All right, so Chelsea not looking great. I have one last thing I want to talk to you about. So Mason Mount on a contract extension.
sure.
Guess talks aren't going very well
Yeah,
at
he
all.
wants a lot of money apparently.
And today, Reece James puts on his Instagram story, if you've got to persuade them to play a through ball, they aren't the ones to play with.
I don't
That's
know
not
which
what he
one was
posted.
the original quote because I thought it was something like the guys who don't.
The original quote was like, if you got to convince them to carry the bricks. they're
Yeah,
not the
yeah. I
type
thought
you wanna
that was
build
it. I
with,"
think
or
that
something
one's
like that.
the one you read is doctored, Maresh.
I'm literally looking at the fucking thing right now.
Okay, I'm just saying, Maresh. Okay.
I'm just reading. I'm reading what he put on
All
his
right,
Instagram.
I had seen
story.
both. I just didn't know if one was real as opposed to the other. Sue me.
Well, if you can't persuade them, if you've got to persuade them to help carry the bricks, then they aren't the ones to build with. That's what he posted.
Oh, so I'm reading the doctored one. But anyway,
I mean,
that's
I went on his actual Insta. You know, it's
Yeah,
easy
eat
to
a dick, Maresh. How about that?
clearly he's talking about Mount.
Well, aren't you quite the detective, Maresh Patel?
Okay, so what do you make of that? Your best player, arguably, that's in your squad.
No, I would say the
Reece
best
is
player.
now. Okay,
We've been
so-
saying Reece your best player, yeah.
Yeah, so then he's coming out and saying pretty much we don't need him.
This is like
It's the Chelsea turmoil of the
this
locker room.
is like
You think Potter
this
can
is like
manage that?
vintage, I don't
think
know,
so.
2014 LeBron James subtweeting right now is what's going on. He's making his teammates aware of the situation and how everybody else feels without like being. I mean, I guess he is being a dick about it, but without having like the big locker room confrontation of being like, "Hey, asshole." So maybe it's like a case of like, "Hey, it might rejigger Mason." I don't know.
And you think Graham Potter is going to be the guy to manage this locker room through it? He's like fucking.
Yeah.
He's like
No, listen, okay.
OGS. He's a PE teacher in there. He's too nice.
That's a very tired take, Maresh. I think Graham Potter is fine. I just think it's turmoil in the club. We'll be fine.
What do you make of Bully playing Clash of Clans at the Chelsea game?
I don't care. Was he actually playing Clash of Clans?
I don't know what game he was playing, but he's clearly watching a game. Then he realized the camera was on him, and he puts his phone down.
Doesn't matter. Not an issue. What, are we going to start accosting everybody for looking at their phones now?
No.
No, I'm just
Certainly
accosting
not.
your fucking owner.
He's probably looking at
invested
charts.
$500 million into this
He's
club.
I mean, he's been in the Twitter spaces. He's been active online.
more interested in his fucking.
While your fucking owners are like worried about who they're gonna sell their club to and celebrating fake like sick wins over Crystal Palace, Todd's on his phone doing the next business deal. He's a businessman, Maresh.
All right. Well, Chelsea.
Speaking of business, that guy kind of fumbled the bag trying to get Ziyech out, huh?
Or a loan
Poor,
deal.
yeah. Yeah, well, they fucked up the paperwork, so he couldn't go. But then he gets a start in the squad to make it up to him. And then I couldn't help when I was watching the game in my head. It was like Ethan was in my right ear. It was just like I saw him just put in a couple balls with his left foot that went to nobody. And in my right ear, it's like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Because that's what it is.
For fuck's sake.
The fucker cuts
For fuck's sake, Hakeem. What are you doing?
Honestly,
what are you doing? It's just every time with your fucking left foot, Hakeem. What are you fucking doing?
I have a very similar take on Arjen Robben at Bayern Munich. He would always just like work the ball along the top of the box and just shoot with his left foot and miss. One out of every 20 would go in, but he would do it every time he got the ball on the left. And it's kind of the same thing with Ziyech. He gets the ball and he cuts in early and kicks it straight out of bounds.
Yeah,
not a runner in sight. Not a runner in sight.
You got to bring back Big Rom, get him on Maresh's meal plan, get him in the box. He's heading in all those.
The IB meals.
I do not.
IB meals.
I do not think the world is would be ready for the amount of takes that would come out of that.
What, Big Romelu coming back?
Rom coming back and just being the best goal scorer on earth.
Oh my gosh.
Well, we'll see. Chelsea currently holding 9th. They are 21 games through. Let's see. After that match, we went into the Arsenal match on Saturday was the next one.
It was.
Arsenal-Everton, I will have it said here before we dive into it. James does know his ball, or he did get a peek of the script for this week, and he did call previously that Everton were going to beat Arsenal this Saturday. James, walk us through it.
Did I say that? I'm sorry, bro.
You did literally say it on the show.
Wow.
At the end of the episode last week, you said,
wow,
Everton are going to win.
Now, Maresh, you made a comment.
I don't know, dude. I don't remember that at all.
You
You sent me a text like, oh, you called this. I was like, when the fuck did I say Arsenal was going to lose? But, yeah, I mean, it's a 7:30 game. You know, I'm a sleepy-ass boy. I was not awake for that one.
Oh, no.
Woke up to a shambolic defeat. I texted all my gunner heads, all my boys. I said, you know, late the night before, I said, who's going to be up for this game? I text my man Callahan, Byron Brown. That's one of the best names of all time. I text my boy Jordan Maxwell. They were like, dude, this game's a fucking 7:30. I'm not going to be up for it. I was just going to ask for like a quick play-by-play, you know, just a quick summary. But all the dudes were snoozing. All the dudes were up drinking the night before. Hard to get up for a 7:30, especially against Everton. And it looks like our team didn't get up for it either.
No,
1-0 loss. Not looking great.
It was weird vibe from Arsenal. Odegaard didn't look like he had the sauce. Saka kind of was taken out of the game, and Martinelli was kind of irrelevant as well.
Yeah, I heard they were all pretty poor from what I've gathered. You know, they weren't really doing much creatively at all. Just a letdown spot. Honestly, I'd be much more upset if Man City didn't drop points to Everton a couple weeks ago, because you know they only took a point off Everton. They drew 1-1.
Well, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. Sean Dyche turns the squad around. Everyone was saying going into the week he was going to have them play gritty, physical football, and that's what they did. Tarkowski in the box, great goal. Way to see that one out. We had Ethan Camps up and jumping on us on a Saturday morning. He was going nuts.
Listen, Maresh, I hate to see teams.
You're gonna lose the league. You're gonna lose the league because you are the Arsenal. You're gonna lose the league.
I did send that voice memo at I don't know 9 o'clock on Saturday.
God.
I was roaring. Maresh, you had said something in our group chat of like, oh, we need to be feistier. Oh, Ethan, remember when you called James a fetus? And then you saying James predicting Everton to win kind of like got something going in my head. That in and of itself is a fetus move. Like if you want to keep
I don't remember that at
out
all.
like the fetus thing, like maybe I've just seen it too many. Like if I was top of the league going into Everton, who just sacked their manager, I would never be like, oh, I think we're gonna lose this game. That's just me, but that's where I think the fetus aspect of it comes in. Like the coward turtle. It's like it's Murphy's Law. Anything bad that could happen will happen. One of those things. So not much you could do, I guess. When Sean Dyche comes in and has a masterclass at Goodison. Not much you can do.
No, it's really not much you can do. I mean, it's all right. Still sitting 5 points comfy up there, game in hand. So not too worried.
Hey,
you're gonna lose the league. You're gonna lose the league.
That was me in my basement, like actually screaming. Like I was.
Oh my god.
People more than they tweets.
People watch the show.
All right, Everton going to beat Arsenal this week. Calling it. That's easy.
Damn.
Never in a million years. Like never in a million years would any of those words.
I think I got that backwards. I think I was trying to say Arsenal going to beat Everton like before. Like just before we got off, and I don't know what you were.
I don't know what you were doing, but I heard it and I said, "Damn!" And then it happened, and I said, "I like Lil Uzi Vert."
And he went,
"Damn!"
Damn.
I mean, here's the thing. What I took away from the game, what I already knew because my squad took care of them at home. Arsenal are a beatable team. They aren't throwing in much rotation. When they're down, they encourage like Zinchenko thinks he's fucking, I don't know, like Shevchenko on AC Milan, like can just shoot from anywhere and fucking bury. Like he's just taking audacious shots from 40 yards out going to the North Pole. You've got like, I don't know, like it just, you bring on the Odegaard replacement you guys have in place is Fabio Vieira, who is literally invisible as soon as he steps on the field. They're a beatable squad, and they are going to have a rough stretch of games. Europa's going to be coming back. They're going to have more games. Not a lot of rotation. They can only sub in Trossard for Martinelli, and they can only bring in...
What do you mean only?
Who else are you rotating in? I haven't seen any other fucking rotation.
Marash, I
mean,
feel like
Smith will be back.
The most key substitution of this entire game. Double agent Jorginho comes onto the pitch. 30 seconds later, here come the Toffees. I mean, what a masterclass by Georgie. I mean, what a lad.
Yeah.
What a lad. Chelsea through and through. Blue in his bloods. I love it.
He played well. If you think there's any sort of double agent in there, then I don't know what ball you're watching. He had some decent...
Well, a double agent in the fact that he came on and 30 seconds later, Everton scored.
Okay.
Not the fact that never. Listen, Jorginho will never come in and lose you a game. Jorginho will come in and make your side infinitely better. So, I was never saying
he did lose them a game.
Led to the goal. It's just like double agent came onto the field, Everton scored.
I mean, the goal was completely, in my opinion, Odegaard's fault. He got big bodied by Tarkowski. He just got moved, and that's what happens in the box. You got to be physical. You can't be a little lad. He was not going to lose. Oh, well, unless you're Lissandro, and then you win games because you're a little lad.
Oh my god!
But I don't know. It was an interesting game for me. I think it's at a tough time for City or Arsenal now. They left the door open for City to come and grab points, but we know how that one went. We'll get to that one in a little bit. And they've got a rough stretch of games here now. They've got Brentford on Saturday, and then following that they play City 4 days later. So it's a rough stretch of games. I think Arteta is going to be very pissed. They're going to come out firing against Brentford, but I don't know if it'll go as well as like one might think. Brentford have been the soul snatchers of the Big Six. They play them. They take them to
VR.
the cleaners.
I personally wish there was an
haven't
all
done
or
that to us
nothing
yet.
this year on Arsenal, like
Sure.
I think a year ago or 2 years ago, just so we could have
they
the
were in
moment in the
eighth.
locker room, like, I don't know, away at some random team late in the year, like the game that Arsenal loses the trophy, and it's Mickey Teta just smack, oh, you guys don't want to play football, just like it was when they missed out on
What is the
Champions
voice
League
you're
when
doing?
they actually were on all or nothing. Like, I would love that. It would be way bigger. He'd be freaking out way more, and that would just be like injected into my eyeball.
It'd be good watch. I'd watch. I'd love to.
He was real pissed. Like, on NBC Sports they get fucking Rebecca Lowe and
Yeah.
Musto to talk to the coaches after the game.
I
and
watched those
Arteta
interviews.
just was like, I want nothing. He wanted nothing to do with that. And they're like asking him questions. He's like, yeah, we played like shit. We fucking lost.
They
like,
went to
what do you want him to
commercial
say?
break after, like they cut back to the booth after the game, and it was like Rebecca Lowe and them, and she like went to commercial saying, "Oh, we've just requested interviews with both managers." And I was thinking, like, if I'm Mikel Arteta, the last thing I want to do is stick around Goodison Park to do an interview with an American TV station who are just going to ask you the same 5 questions that everybody else just asked. Like, that's the last thing I would want to fucking do.
How did the lads feel?
Yeah, I
We
mean,
fucking lost.
the reverse of that is Sean Dyche. I mean, I would do every interview I could. So,
Oh, yeah. I mean, hey, here's the thing. I think he's going to turn that squad around. I think Everton are going to be bullies, tough ones to get through. Might prove to be the better side in Merseyside by the end of the season. Who knows?
well, Sean Dyche said this as he took the job, or when he just took the job. Like, there's a lot of good to decent individuals within the Everton squad. Like Calvert-Lewin, like they have guys. Doucouré, they have guys. It's just a matter of like Frank's style of ball wasn't working. It's attack heavy. That's the type of team though that needs to play like Sean Dyche and just load the box, play condensed football, give up the wings, get balls, like shift with each other, be willing to die for the cause. I saw a clip like his first day of the manager. He was making him do the fucking cone test.
He was in his fucking shorts running around with the lads.
Yeah, no, dude,
no snoods, no hats, no gloves, no leggings, shorts and a shirt.
He was running the boys into the ground. He was making them do the beep, beep, like the cone test where you just keep running and running and running. He was running them into the fucking ground. So, I mean, credit's
awesome.
No, love to see it.
Yeah. Well, that match set up for a really good, what could have been a crazy weekend, right? Left the door open for City. After that, it was like a 4, maybe 5 matches at the same time. We had Brighton, Bournemouth, Matoma, also inevitable, currently in great form, scores the 86-minute winner to go past Bournemouth.
Huge.
Then Brentford took care of Southampton.
No Ivan Toney goal.
No Ivan Toney goal. Who scored him?
I think Mbembo. I couldn't tell you, honestly. I only checked.
Ben Mee and Jensen. Matthias Jensen.
Then there was the Villa Leicester game, which was Did
you guys watch that game?
I didn't get to
that
watch
was the game on USA, not Peacock. I watched some of it, and Leicester City are like the weirdest squad in the Premier League, I think.
They have so much talent.
Well, I don't know about talent. It's like
they have the talent to be better than where they are.
They have such a switch. It's either there's no in between. It's either the shittiest team on the planet, or like decent enough to give you a game. And they played decent enough to give you a game, and they ended up on top. They scored fucking 4 goals. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, it was
back and forth. Villa went up. Leicester tied. Villa went up. Leicester tied, and then Leicester took the lead. Never looked back.
Yeah.
Sad
also
day
on
for
at
the
the
villains,
same
but decent
sad day for the villains. Sad day for Nikki.
There was
Quickly.
actually
He's
a
very sad about it.
NBC showed a graphic. It was
gutted.
If they had started the Premier League table on November 16th, Villa would be 3rd in the league. I think 3rd or 2nd.
Damn,
they're like 5-1 and 1. Well, 5-1 and 2.
Good evening.
Good evening. Well, also on at the same time, we had 2 Big Six teams go against other opponents. We had United versus Crystal Palace. What do you want me to say? First goal, we got that was your guys would agree that was a clear handball, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
He goes up with his hand.
I know,
I
but
don't know. We haven't been getting many VAR
when
calls.
They want to call it these days. I feel like sometimes you'll sit there for 5 minutes watching a painful VAR, like them looking for the perfect angle, and then other times they won't even review it at all, and they'll just fucking go on with it. So that's where I'm kind of fed up with it. I don't disagree that it is a handball. It's just more so like, can we get something like some definitive fucking answers on this? Some definitive fucking laws about the game.
Yeah. Well, so United benefit from that. They score that one goal. Bruno puts it in for the penalty. Then after that, I mean, United kind of did.
Sure.
They comment.
The classic Bruno game too, showing up against, I don't know, like Crystal Palace. That's like when the bat signal comes on for Bruno Fernandes.
Didn't you guys lose to Palace
when they're playing bottom half of the table? That's literally his bat signal goes on. It's like, Bruno, we need you to show up for once. And he's like, okay, here I am.
Dude, he's got like 100 goal involvements in like 155 games. It's awesome.
My point stands.
And he hasn't been injured once at United, knock on wood.
What would you say then is like Bruno Fernandes' big moment?
Chelsea beat Palace both times this year. Sorry, Marsh.
Damn it. We also beat Everton away, but neither here nor there.
That's not what we're talking about.
I know. Well,
in his first season at United, I think he was one of the highest scorers in the league.
No, I'm just at like what's like the vintage Bruno Fernandes.
He's also Fernandes
because he doesn't show up in those big games.
He's been a little bit.
It's never like, Fernandes scored against Liverpool and United lead 3-2. Like, it's never that.
I'm sorry, I forgot when we were like relying on midfielders for goals. That's what we've got: a striker and wingers.
He's a pretty attacking midfielder, I'd argue, but
sets up some great goals. But neither here nor there. The rest of the Palace game, United dominate. Here's my thing on Antony. Like I've said it in like a post-match thoughts before. He is like Dan James. If we had just kept him, is playing better football than Antony is right now.
Yeah, I heard some guys making that shot last week too. Dan James is just much more direct, is what they're saying.
At least he knows at least he knows he's a pace merchant. He gets to the ball and he fucking goes.
Go where you need to go.
Antony is a pace merchant. He's trying to fucking do he gets to the ball on a counter and slows down play with this like fucking dribble over, step over thing that he does like 20 times. Then the guy just comes and takes the ball from him.
He is just like a like a stereotypical prototype of like a Brazilian Portuguese winger, though. Like the big, the neck tattoos and the fucking step over.
He's like the futsal
that all amount to nothing. He's just so.
I mean, if he was playing on the school ground, the girls would be impressed. All the ladies would be like, "Ooh!" He'd be doing his little step overs and shit. He's playing schoolyard ball.
Yeah, dude. It's not. I would argue maybe it works a little bit more in La Liga or Serie A, a little bit slower.
Or like Liga.
Players. Yeah, or like where the players, it's a slower league, but the Premier League is very fast and physical. You got to use what you got and use the pace. If you have pace, it's so valuable in the Premier League. You get past guys just being able to go. You see Garnacho do it. You see some of the greatest wingers in the Premier League of the last 10 years. They beat people with pace. Sterling's, Saka, like they just use their pace. So lean into it, and I think Ten Hag's got to do it. And
I mean, Martinelli's been scorching some fuckers too, if we're talking pace. But
yeah, and Mudryk will probably do the same.
He'll probably do. I mean, if he gets a ball in from Mace.
Yeah, but then we go into halftime, and it was a little shaky to start the second half, but then there was the whole like kerfuffle with fucking. Oh, we score a second one. That was a great setup.
Yeah, scored the second one.
Scored the second one. Starts at the back. Play the ball. If you watch the clip, it's actually quite beautiful to watch. I'd encourage you to watch, Ethan, because you haven't seen good football in a while. So you should check it out.
Outrageous statement.
But great goal for Rashford. Mr. Inevitable at the moment. Just buries goals. I don't know what Ten Hag has done to him, but he's done something, and the kid is so confident. Like even when he's like taking shots like that don't like they're at least they're on net. He's never been so consistently getting the ball into a position where it could potentially go in. So He's great. He's in great form. You can't deny it.
Yeah,
Player of the Premier League Player of the Month.
Probably. Listen, I haven't been playing much FIFA, but that would be a pain in the ass to play in FIFA.
Yeah,
the Player of the Month Rashford card.
Yeah,
yeah. He got an 87 card with like 96 pace.
Jesus Christ. I'm just, I don't know. What do you want me to do?
But very shortly after.
What do you want Ethan to say, Marash?
I want you to sit here and say you were wrong about Rashford.
Marash, this whole Rashford discourse started by me asking you if you thought Rashford was the guy, in which you answered, no, he is not that guy. So now, podcast later, when you're coming to me and being like, Rashford is that guy, I'm not going to
part of an attacking partnership.
I think he's part of the formula. When you slide him in the 9, like he scores goals. He scores goals on the wing.
Sure, yeah. Does a great job of.
It's like the old Cristiano Ronaldo song that we used to sing. He plays on the left. He plays on the right. That boy Ronaldo makes you look shite. It's the same. It's the same deal. He's all over the field. He's making everyone look shit. That's how it goes.
Listen, Marash, you keep tallying your goals against Crystal Palace, and you keep like.
Bro, he's got like 10 goals since the World Cup.
I know, Marash. Please, I watch football just as much.
Scoring against City, scoring against everyone.
I know.
Scoring against Arsenal.
I know, Maresh. But for you to come here and say, Ethan, you haven't seen good football. Maresh, if good football by your standards is third place,
good football's clean sheets, baby.
Trailing your biggest city rival, who dog walked
0-0 draws, baby.
Lest we forget, and Arsenal. Like, I wouldn't be sitting here talking about brilliant football.
What do you mean?
Be sitting here mad that we spent all the money and are in third
trailing, bro. We're even on points with Man City. Fuck you mean? Fuck you mean, little lad? Fuck you mean? Not. Hold that. Doesn't matter. Wednesday.
They're second in the league, are they not, Maresh?
We are even on points.
Manchester City is second in the league, are they not, Maresh?
Currently on goal difference,
Manchester
but on
United
Wednesday,
is third in the league.
On
are
Wednesday,
no,
yes, you are
points.
trailing Manchester City. Get out of
on points.
We're even on points.
No, you're not.
Oh no, Wednesday we'll take them. There you go.
Oh, you're not even on points.
No, they're not even on points.
There, Marash.
They have 45. Sorry. You have 42.
Sorry. Oh my Wednesday God. we'll be even. It'll be fine. Wednesday it'll be fine. But okay. Let me finish the match, fellas. Let me finish the match. We had the cast.
I was letting you spit.
Yeah, you didn't give up a fucking 90th minute free kick this time. So I guess that's improvement.
What do you guys think about the Casemiro thing? Do you think that he was actually choking him? He was fucking hugging.
That's like an old. They were
fucking chuckling it up.
I don't know if you guys ever watched, James, you probably have because you're from Detroit, the Bad Boys 30 for 30, where it's like they called a foul on Bill Laimbeer against Kareem because he had fouled everybody before that. He didn't actually foul. It's like one of those things. It's like Casemiro has been such a scumbag piece of shit in the past on the pitch that it's like you can't let him, like, you can't give him the benefit of the doubt at that point.
Yeah, I mean, you can't put your hands around a player's neck, but, like, I don't know. I think like IU was throwing punches at Fred's face. Like there was a lot of stuff that wasn't.
I thought it was a funny visual because it was Casemiro, this fair skin or this darker complexion man comes in, and it's just like Will Hughes, who is like the palest guy of all time, with his little albino hair. Being rung up by the neck by big, tall Casemiro, who's all fucking tan and looks fucking huge. It was honestly like the picture of like English football versus world football.
Bro, that's what I was remembering this from. I was like, why is this striking some chord within me? Fucking Guendouzi, bro. Guendouzi choked someone, and then he got basically kicked out of the squad. He choked Maupai on Brighton.
No, Neil. Oh, yeah.
He got into some shit this weekend.
He was being. Yeah, Zinchenko was gonna fucking take his head off.
Yeah,
he was gonna give him some of that Ukrainian warfare shit.
Dude,
I don't know, man.
Fucking Guendouzi, man.
But he takes a 3-match ban now. I don't know if United should appeal it because if they lose the appeal, then
it could go to 4. Yeah,
he misses the cup final,
mm-hmm.
which I don't mind him being fully rested for. So, but the other thing there that I wanted to note it was very clear to me when watching Casemiro do that if he wasn't playing football, he would be in the favela, he'd be the hitman. He'd be slaying bodies for a living. That would literally
He's
be
a
his
fucking menace, Maresh. I don't know how many times I have to goddamn say it. The man is a menace.
Well, it's kind of hilarious.
If you watched him, if you watched him at
and
Real Madrid, he got away with murder at Real Madrid. Because I don't know what it is with like
that Real Madrid squad was full of like it was him and Sergio Ramos and like Pepe, and they were killing Messi.
Murderers.
They were just trying to hurt people.
Murderers. Pepe still does that. He's 30-something playing for Porto, and he's still breaking legs on tackles. It's some sick shit.
He does.
Hey, I mean, so it's an old school way of play.
So there is a not great looking screenshot where it does look like he's just grabbing that boy's neck.
Yeah, but if you watch, but that's taken out of context.
I know.
It didn't look hard. It just looked like a.
I know, but grabbing anyone's neck isn't.
Yeah, the still shot is tough because it looks like he's fucking Homer Simpson.
No, yeah, exactly.
But
yeah,
but like if you watch the clip, it's like almost like he barely like grip. It's like one point where both his hands are on his neck at the same time.
Yeah.
But just like if you just play the clip 3 seconds longer, you see them hug after, and like laugh.
Yeah,
like there was no foul.
I guess in a different
my first thing is like, Anthony, stop being a little bitch. Like whatever. Unless Jeff Schlupp said something to you that was like racially charged, there was no need to get. All he probably said to him was, "You can't use your left foot," and he fucking stormed up from pretending to being injured and started getting in his face and started.
That was very funny too, seeing him springboard back to life after being what seemed to be assassinated on the sideline.
Yeah, I'm just like, dude, just keep your
grassy
fucking head. I get like, coming to your player's aid when someone makes a weird thing, but like a lot of these pitches have that like slope to prevent like part of the infrastructure.
Yeah.
It's super dangerous.
So dangerous. So dangerous. You always see that
course, like people are gonna fall down there. Just keep your head. We're playing Palace. We're up 2-0. No need to do that. Absolutely no need.
Silly. One would argue actually undisciplined, but I won't say that. Do that.
But great to escape with 3 points and keep the momentum going. The other Big Six matchup was Wolves-Liverpool.
You can't get much more pathetic. You can't get much more pathetic than these guys from the Merseyside that wear red. Like you can't get much more pathetic.
I saw a tweet and I want to reiterate it. I want Sky Sports to give Cody Gakpo the same fucking treatment they gave Jadon Sancho. 007, 0 games, 0
they won't.
assists.
He's not English.
Exactly. I just want the same fucking treatment. If we're gonna fucking talk about this kind of stuff, give him the same treatment. Gakpo has been useless in that side, but
the missing man.
To be fair, they've all been useless. Mo Salah this season has been.
I said it last week. Actually, I said it.
Sadio Mane.
I said it the week before that. It's evergreen on this podcast. How much longer can this man get away with it? This man, Jurgen Klopp, he cannot get away with spending over £100 million on Nunez and Gakpo combined for them to lose 3-0 to Wolves, to lose last week. They lose all these games, and they don't score. They don't do anything. Their center mid still looks pathetic, even though he's fucking just
terrible.
Just peeling hundreds off the fucking wad to spend on strikers. Can't pony up any money to buy center midfielders or defenders, which they desperately need. And that's why they lose. So it's kind of like,
if they keep sliding, I do not think they're going to get Jude. Jude would not want to join that team.
I don't think that's relevant, Marash. I don't think table placement is as big of a deal necessarily as like.
I mean, European football
team
is important,
side.
but
like Liverpool's a massive club. They're always going to have
football. European football is,
but if
what's going to
becomes, he knows they're only like a season away. Like they're not far off. It's not like he's joining Everton.
You never know though. But like teams are just getting better.
Yeah,
like
obviously, but
Newcastle's
the hope would
sliding
be that
into
he
a
would
spot.
make the team better, so he would go there. Like I'm not ready to rule out Liverpool because they're in a bad run of form. Like I know I
No,
give
of course not.
Klopp like some shit, but like having Jurgen Klopp be a manager there is a big appeal for players. He's a player manager. There's a lot of appeals to going to Anfield. As opposed to even like a city, even if Liverpool finish outside of European, even if they finish outside the Conference League this year, there's still appeal to coming to Liverpool.
We'll see.
Even over a Man City or someone like that.
I mean, the appeal for him going to City is he gets to go join his former teammate Haaland.
No, obviously, but I think there's a
Kanji.
lot more clutter in that midfield. I think there's more appeal. Like Liverpool's a way bigger club in terms of like history and stuff than Man City. So there's a lot more in Liverpool's. Liverpool mostly are Like I don't think it's as big of a split as Manchester. I mean, Manchester's mostly United fans too, but it's the same concept. Yeah. I just wouldn't rule Liverpool out for Jude if they finish outside.
No, I'm not ruling them out.
They would still have the big money to spend. They would still have the allure to
It's not going to be. It's just not as for certain as it would be if they were sitting top 4.
Yeah, well, I didn't. Well, I think if they were
sitting,
I didn't really think it was that for certain. Anyway, I think they have the same chance now that they did. Honestly, I don't think like anything really changes.
We'll see what happens. As it currently stands, they're not doing super hot. Wouldn't be a bad time to run into.
Are we going to say the score on that one?
3-0. 3-0 to the Wolves. To a team that's like
2-0 actually, according to Klopp.
Oh, yeah, according to Klopp.
Because that was the first time they passed over Liverpool.
Did you see Wolves tweeted an official score of like 2-0 and was like,
fuck them.
That's funny as fuck though. That's some good trolling.
I've seen the internet saying the script is pointing that Tuchel will be the Klopp replacement. Yeah.
That would be a real punch in the gut. I won't lie to you, fellas.
Jorginho to Arsenal and Tuchel to Liverpool in the same season. Ethan Camp's in the fucking mud.
For me, it would just be more so like the aspect of firing a guy, then he gets hired in the same league and he succeeds. Like it's just a gut punch no matter what. Like I'm not even like the biggest Tuchel guy. I just didn't think he should get sacked at that moment. But like I don't think it would just be a gut punch. It would be a punch of the cock. Like it wouldn't feel like it did when like Jose went to like United or something. But it would still be a gut punch.
I wish I knew you then. That would have been fun to troll you on.
Well, I would have just said
Ethan was like 10 at the time.
Like, he blew his load at Chelsea. You're just like the rag to wipe up all the cum from Chelsea. Was United.
Touch grass, brother.
I think that was a pretty apt comparison.
I didn't like how vivid that was.
It sounded like your fucking weekend.
I know. As he pulls his crusted sheet off.
Okay, and I'm the one getting graphic. Here you guys are literally fantasizing about my weekend.
Splooge factory over there at the camp residence.
It's a fucking...
Please.
All right. Anyway, the last fixture on Saturday was Newcastle West Ham. The Hammers keep the Magpies to a draw. Important for United and for Spurs because Spurs were then able to kind of make up some ground on them.
They're level on points. Spurs and Newcastle, I believe.
No, I think Newcastle's up 1 point.
They're up by 1 point, but they are a game in hand.
Yeah.
Who am I thinking? Thinking of someone.
I don't know. Then today we had Forest Leeds. That was pretty tough to watch. Leeds should have won that game, but they couldn't get it done.
The American Revolution
scored in the first. Yeah, Weston McKennie got to come on in the second half.
Made a nice cameo.
They just
Keylor Navas with his first start.
Dude, he is like the gold trash bag on that team. Like, oh my god! But can Dean Henderson fucking catch a break? He's at Manchester United. Finally gets brought back to the squad.
He's hurt.
He sits behind De Gea. Now he's hurt. It gets hurt, and then make Forrest to try and stay up, go out and make a loan move for a world-class keeper.
World class.
And he comes in and he stands on his head.
It's so weird seeing an 88 like FIFA keeper on fucking Nottingham Forest.
Yeah. But hey, hats off to them.
I mean, the blueprint was there, right? Who was the old, the old goalie who was he played for QPR. It was like one of the world class goalies, I think, at Barcelona.
Oh, Caballero, maybe. Is he kicking around Nottingham Forest? I know he's still kicking around somewhere.
Victor Valdez, maybe.
Yeah, it was Valdez.
Victor Valdez. Oh my god! I thought that guy was always dog.
It's just like coming to like a lower English side after being in like one of
Julio Cesar also played for QPR.
Yeah.
But yeah, Forest gets some important points to stay 6 points clear, I believe, of the relegation zone. Good win for them after.
Is something up with Lingard? I just read something about him. Is he?
He was looking like he was going to come on today, but I don't think they ever made the sub for him.
Okay.
He was injured.
I saw something that maybe he was hurt. Yeah.
He was injured, and I think he played.
Maybe he had like a training injury.
Yeah, who knows with Jesse? Poor lad. And then today we closed out with a huge matchup: Tottenham City. Did you guys watch?
The Spuds sink the Citizens.
First time in a long time, maybe if ever, that all of North London was backing the Spurs.
Yeah, Troops was asking about that earlier. He's like, "Do you cheer for Tottenham if they score against City this weekend?" Like that was a big question for all the Arsenal fans.
I mean, they did you guys a huge favor.
Yeah, they did.
Spurs fans are so selfish, so disgustingly selfish.
I mean,
they're running around winning club. Like they're celebrating. They beat fucking title reigning champion City. I think for the second straight year at home. I think they won at Spurs last year.
Five matches now. City have gone to the new Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, have not won a single one.
Tough. But I just...
I mean, it was a slot. City didn't look great. I mean, Mahrez almost gets one, hits the crossbar. What can you do? But they just didn't... Like, Grealish looked like he was putting the most effort in. Pep, even before the game, when they asked him about the lineup, he looked defeated. Like he looked like he sounded like Tom Brady when it was clear Tom Brady was going through his divorce. Like something was going on with Pep. Foden is sick, apparently couldn't play. And
comes on, I don't know. Sub.
Was it Rodri that was faking a concussion at the end of the game?
Yeah.
What
when Lloris came up to claim,
yeah, and
do you think he? I mean. A little different post wow. Looking a little different post wow.
Yeah, they are. I mean, I definitely think. Well, who did they play? They played Kyle Walker and who else at the back?
Like
that Lewis kid.
I don't think it's that big of a deal. I don't think it's like, oh, if they had João Cancelo, they win. That was just such a perfect Spurs game. That's the only way they win fucking games, man. Is they eke out one fucking shitty goal where the defense is just all over the place.
I mean, it was a tough angle shot for Kane. I'll give him that. It wasn't an easy bear.
Maresh, behave. That ball was on a platter. Maresh. Højbjerg fended off all the defenders, played him in perfectly. That was the easiest finish Harry Kane's ever had to have in his fucking his life.
God. Sets the record, breaks the record. Good for him. Yeah, now he can go. He's done everything he could. He's won everything he could at Tottenham. It's the only
all 0 trophies.
Nothing.
He's won an accolade, a scripture of his name somewhere. Now move on to a bigger club.
He's got a couple golden boots he could shine up.
Yeah, but Romero gets that red card as well, so he'll be suspended. I don't know. Mm-hmm. It was in a great game. I mean, but it also cements if you're able to contain Haaland, you will win against this team. That is really all you have to do.
I don't know if they contained Haaland so much as just City
he had no shots.
But City had no service to Haaland. None. I think they did a better job cutting off the service than necessarily Mark. It's not like Haaland was getting the ball and they were just taking it off him every time. He just wasn't touching the ball.
45 minutes without KDB, they played Alvarez instead of KDB, which was weird. I think KDB is the engine of that team. He gets the ball where they need to go. but to play Alvarez who's more of a goal scorer.
I'll say this. I think Pep might have slightly underestimated Spurs. Not in the fact that like Spurs are some world beaters, but in the fact that he's like, okay, I could use this as a chance to give Kevin, like maybe I'll bring him on, give him 30, 40 minutes. We could go up 1-0. We'll be fine. We'll be cruising. We might even not have to use Kevin, but unfortunately for City, that's not how it panned out.
Yeah.
So, did you read that in your little Pep mind link?
We are actually one of the same. So cut from the same cloth, I would argue.
I forgot
I just wanted to make sure we're still on this. I just wanted to make sure he's still linked up.
Not very heinous. I think it's very factual, if anything. But yeah,
him and Pep have the same footballing mind.
You said it. You, not me. You.
Facetiously.
Well,
nonetheless,
that was the week of football, lads.
Whoa, Maresh, please.
What?
Some Bundesliga wrap up, perhaps.
No, that was the Premier League.
Maresh.
Yeah, that was Premier League.
Maresh, please. I mean, Chelsea are playing on a Friday. You don't think I'm dipping my beak into some Bundesliga soccer on Saturday and Sunday? You're out of your mind, Maresh. For those who dip in your Bundesliga.
What do we got, Ethan? Run through it.
I'll run through a couple real quick. Dortmund 5-1 against Freiburg. It was 1-1 at the half. If you had bet Dortmund, you were probably sweating a little bit. It was 2-1. 1-1 at the half.
It's not like you have a phone in front of you.
Gio Reyna scored. Credit to him. I think that's 3 in 3 straight games for him.
Credit to him.
This
guy's going crazy.
Absolutely tearing up Freiburg defenses. Frankfurt 3-0 over. Enough of that, Maresh. That celebration is the worst. For those who are just listening and cannot see the video, Maresh is doing the Rashford celebration, which is arguably one of the most heinous celebrations of all time. Frankfurt beat Hertha Berlin 3-0. And, to be expected, Hertha Berlin, bottom of the table. Scum. Union Berlin, keep rolling. They beat Mainz.
Union.
Almost through.
Just say
they won.
Just say
you can say Union or Union.
You're saying
you can just say Union normally if you want.
Bro, you're
it's not
from
Union.
Fucking Danbury, Connecticut. No one's listening. In
heaven forbid!
Union.
Ethan's a little cultured.
Union.
Knows how to pronounce
well, you're saying it wrong,
bro. You couldn't even say 22 right, and you don't know any Mandarin after taking it for however long in high school.
It's not.
You guys
Union.
watch when you guys are in the weeds watching Bundesliga Union Berlin games, and you're watching Derek Ray, and you hear how he says it.
Let's skip the fucking lesson on culture.
We can move on.
I mean, I have a
fucking.
I do have a German degree.
Listen, I'm sitting here just mimicking what I hear Derek Ray say. I don't know what you guys want from me.
No, not through the transit property. I have
don't know what
certificate in business German.
Bayern Munich won today.
It's above a minor.
Not much more from the Bundesliga, but
it took like 7 years of German, and I'm getting culture lessons from Ethan. Yeah, literally.
Ethan Camps, the kid who had to get smuggled over the Canadian border in like a caravan of dreams.
Listen, simply because you guys don't watch Bundesliga, I'm not going to sit here and have my name besmirched.
Oh, Lord.
We're besmirching you. Continue, my friend.
No, we're Dwayning you.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Got nothing else. We're
Dwayning your ass.
We're Dwayning on them.
Dwayning on you in my golden socks for the OG blokes.
Well, the OGs. That's the SoundCloud podcasters. OGs.
That is a SoundCloud pod. But
any other ones you want to run by? Are you gonna try to pronounce Kuhn?
What did you just say?
Are you gonna try to pronounce any other names?
Cologne.
Kuhn.
I like Cologne.
Cologne.
Okay, if we're Americanizing it.
Listen, you guys want to sit here and make fun of Ethan because Union Berlin is the one team he watches the most of.
Union.
The team he watches the most of. He listens to what Derek Ray says.
Stop saying Union, bro.
And then his fucking nails through my hands as I'm being crucified on this podcast right now. This is insane. Barbed wire crown on my head.
All right, Kendrick Lamar, chill the fuck out.
Yeah, dude, relax.
All right.
Are you going to mention that Joao got a contribution within like 9 minutes, though?
Oh,
he got an assist like
2
immediately.
assists in 2 games for Joao.
Oh, my God.
Cancelo.
Did you see the assist he had? It was like some FIFA shit where you're just like playing on
like how you
it was
if you're gonna be a stat guy, be a stat guy through and through. Don't pick and choose when you want to be a
context guy. A context guy. He fucking blindly turned around and just crossed the ball in that every defender missed, and it landed like that was by no means.
I wasn't gonna say it was Ziyech-esque.
No, because it actually found the target. But
fuck it, Choupo-Moting down there somewhere.
Yeah, fuck it.
Musiala out there somewhere.
No, that is what it is. They were playing fucking mines anyway. I don't want to hear it.
I do have some other stuff to go through if you guys don't.
The only thing I wanted to talk about was Real fumbled today. Or yesterday. They lost in La Liga to like Mallorca or some like.
They lost to Mallorca, huh? Benzema was out. He got hurt last game against.
I think Marco Asensio like missed a sitter.
Yeah, that was earlier today.
And now Barcelona go pretty.
They lost on an own goal.
Was it from Asensio? I knew something with a Marco Asensio.
Nacho own goal.
Ooh, he still plays for them. God.
Yeah.
What do you want to run us through there, Wames?
Wames, yeah, boy. So I did need to mention that I think Ozil just quit football this week.
Yeah, he did.
I think he just quit.
It's not that has he? I didn't even know he was still playing.
He was over in Turkey. I'm pretty sure he was doing some shit.
People are not ready for my Mesut Ozil takes. So I'm gonna keep him in the holster. They are not ready for my Ozil takes.
Good or bad?
No, they're ready for any of your takes.
I've holstered it. I can't.
I think his peak is all time easily.
I have to holster my weapon. I can't.
I did see one really funny video though. A Turkish reporter was like walking around and saw him and asked him like, "Hey, Mesut, like, what was it like playing with Cristiano Ronaldo?" And he probably had the best response I've ever heard. He's like, "Ask him. He played with me." And everyone fucking just burst out laughing. Everyone was just like, oh, like all their like deep Turkish laughs. He's like, "I don't know. Ask him. He played with me too." Like shit.
Yeah,
that was beautiful. Shout out to Ozil, by the way. I did want to mention after we mentioned Reims last week, tying PSG.
Oh, here we go.
Balogun had a hat trick.
I was waiting for you to pick up on the Fuller and Balogun bullshit.
Yeah, Balogun hat trick.
He is American, so I guess I can't hate too much.
Yeah, he's a try-nat. He could be American. Hopefully, exactly.
I don't know if you guys have seen the old cousin.
Yeah, your cousin's tweeting at USM.
Tweets every day. Balogun.
That's funny.
Please come to it. Please be an American player.
But now he is
I love it.
He is top goal scorer in Liga 14 goals, 21 games. Second, another familiar name.
Can you just call it what it is?
Lacazette.
It's the fucking Uber Eats league.
But it's Balogun, Lacazette, and then Mbappe and Neymar, which I just thought was kind of funny. But yeah, it's the Uber Eats league.
Eventually.
Some stuff that has happened since the last one. We did send our boy Cedric out on a loan to Fulham. I think that's good. Fuck that guy.
Dude, the other player you sent out on loan was Albert Sambi Lokonga.
We sent out Sambi to Crystal. Yeah,
and they brought him on when they were 2-1 up, or when we were 2-1 up, and I was just like, I would not be able.
That would have been incredible.
I would have had to delete my Twitter. Fucking Sambi Lokonga.
A Sambi worldy
scores an equalizer to rob us at Old Trafford. I would have had to fucking delete my Twitter.
So yeah, Sambi on loan to Crystal. I'm a fan of that. He should go. We basically just swapped him for Jorginho, which I guess is fine. You know, as long as he's not.
I think the hope is that Vieira teaches him how to fucking play ball, and he comes back.
So Jorginho was a 10 million plus 2 on an 18-month deal. He was at 110 over at Chelsea. Who knows what he's going to be on at Arsenal. We did just re-sign Martinelli. We signed him until June 2027. Love to hear that.
On Saka.
Yeah, focus on Saka and Saliba next. Saliba. We do have to mention that we said some very incorrect wages a couple weeks ago. Trossard is only on 90 instead of like fucking 200 that Ethan said. I said Nketiah was on big bags. I think he was asking for big bags, but he's only on 100. Kiwior, I know this is very irrelevant, and Ethan brought up the Mudryk sprint speed at Chelsea on this pod, so I'm going to bring up this because he beat Theo Walcott's top sprint speed, which I didn't really think was a big deal. But as a defender,
as a center back,
that's kind of cool. As a very fucking tall man,
how recently was it?
I'm like, huh?
How recently did he break the speed? I'm just asking.
I think like just now, like he just.
Or I had just seen I think the Premier League had posted like the top 5 speeds ever since they started recording. And do you know who number 1 was?
No, not like in game, like at training.
Yes, we know it was Mudryk.
No,
it was like the 40-yard
ever in like Premier League, like over the past 5 years. It's not Mudryk.
Who was it?
It's Antonio Rudiger, for those keeping track at home.
Nice. Great. Madridista. Other things. So Mudryk's only on about 100, which isn't bad. Which is not bad.
You know, I'm going to seem like a bit of a hypocrite because I was trying to make fun of Trossard's wages. There is literally not a thing I care about in the world less than a player's wages. It's not my fucking money. So.
Yeah, I get that. I was going to run through some wages.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Just because while we're talking about, I mean, I've got Chelsea's wages right here.
Oh, conveniently, you just have Chelsea's wages. Like
no, it's not conveniently. I have Arsenal's and I have Chelsea's. I have them saved on our note for this podcast. It's almost like I prepared or something. Koulibaly, I didn't know he was on 295, man.
Yeah, that's not very shocking. He paid a lot for it.
That's fucking incredible.
Yeah.
I did not know he was on. Our highest paid man is Gabriel Jesus at 265, and then Partey at 200. Yeah, you guys haven't.
Realistically, all the guys who are good for you are yet to be paid by you. So
that's true.
We bought established names and had to pay them established prices, unfortunately.
But you already want him out, which is sad. Is the only thing. Top wages Raheem. That's all I was going to say. 325. Not bad. I did want to shout out our 100th Twitter follower because I didn't shout him out last time. I think it's so stereotypical of this to be our 100th Twitter follower. His @ is Goofy_Woj. He's following 211 people. He has 0 followers. It is a private account. Profile pic is Richarlison with the R9 triangle haircut.
What a terrible profile picture.
It is probably like...
Stinks. That guy's terrible. That guy is terrible.
No, I know, but I just thought it was like...
That guy is trash. Big trash.
I love the burners that follow us. I want all the burners to follow us.
If you're listening to this episode, DM me and I'll send you a gift.
Shout out to Goofy Woj.
Box of shit.
Huge.
I'll send you a legitimate gift. Like something that it would be cool to have. I don't know where you're going next, James, but one thing we didn't talk about today was the Mason Greenwood stuff.
Oh yeah, shit.
What do you guys think? What would you do if he was You don't want to talk about it?
He's scum. He shouldn't be allowed to touch the pitch again. He's scum.
I don't think he should be. I don't think he should be.
Did you see he posted ready to join the team again? Like that sort of shit.
Gutter trash fucking organization club to even be in contact with him right now.
They haven't been.
No, I'm not saying Man United. I'm saying like if Man United were to get rid of him, like cut ties with him, and then somebody else would like entertain the thought, like that's scum.
Dude, there's so many downstream implications. Like the only place I can see him going is like China. Like there's like if you go to a big club anywhere,
you go to like Saudi.
That's like associated with like a big brand like with Nike or Adidas that makes your jerseys. They don't want to be associated with that. No sponsor is going to want his name, like,
bro.
And no club should want it.
And
the video was bad, and the recordings are so bad.
The voice recording is terrible, dude.
And I'm not trying to say like talent is an excuse for things, but I don't think teams are necessarily going to go to bat to have Mason Greenwood on their squad either.
No. I mean, it's crazy that was happening, and like he was just like he's an insane talent. It's sad to see that he's bad, how bad of a person he was. He ruined his whole life because he's an idiot. Like you like I mean,
disavow.
Like there has to be somebody. I'm gonna allegedly maybe whatever. Somebody has to be getting paid off. Like somebody's somewhere along the line for the charges to just get dropped like that is.
Dude, she's still dating him. She's like stood by him.
I pray for that woman because that sounds like one hell of a toxic situation that somebody close to her needs to tell her like what's what and like get out of there.
Yeah. The thing is like, you know, he's gonna go into a club, he's gonna be a distraction, that's gonna divide the locker room. Everyone's going to be talking. Where if he does go somewhere else, he just is not going to be good.
No. It's similar to the
Phil Foden. Oh no, didn't Phil Foden do some shady shit with him once? And like Phil skated the whole thing, and then this all led to like Mason Greenwood getting caught as like this like predator. Like,
I have no idea, Marash.
Yeah, I'm speculating.
He's not on the beat your girl side of Twitter.
No, well, I was about to say, thankfully, players for Chelsea football don't engage in those sort of activities, so I don't have to be so in the weeds on if my player is a sexual abuser or not.
Your players kicked cats. I'd say that's in the same camp.
Beating the pussy up.
Eden Hazard actually kicked the ball boy once. People forget that. But.
All right. Anything else?
I don't forget that.
Away at Swansea.
I think the Women's World Cup is being sponsored by Saudi.
Which by Saudi Arabia.
Funny.
That's
just like visit Saudi Arabia or something.
Yeah, that's sponsored by, and then it's just like the Saudi Arabian flag or something. Like, what do you mean?
Dude, I think it was like vaguely like the Saudi Arabian Tourism Board. You know, like. Okay. Visit Saudi Arabia.
The same group that's buying the WWE are sponsoring the.
I thought that was very interesting. I don't know. This could be complete cap. I could be just duped. I could have gotten duped so fucking hard.
James, I'm not gonna be one to point fingers here and say you got duped. But when you come out and say, "Oh, I think the nation of Saudi Arabia is," not that that's what you were saying, but just the broad term of Saudi Arabia sponsor. Sounds a bit like a dupe.
I mean, hey, we'll see. I don't really know. Are we in this? What are we doing in the off season, boys? We're not big into football right now. Are we watching any other stuff? Are we sliding into hockey season? We're in the NBA. Baby. We're playing games.
Killing myself. I don't know.
playing FIFA.
Jacking off in your little encrustment.
Yeah, I mean, I would say
Ethan
the Grizzlies, but the Grizzlies have been pathetic lately. So
Ethan, his cousin, and I are going to hit up a Rangers game.
Allegedly,
that would be cute.
That's what he says.
He offered an olive branch. It was a peach tree.
He did reach out.
I like that.
He does have. He shares Rangers season tickets, but he only has 2 of them. So don't ask me. That's something for
Andrew
to sort out.
Andrew, you let us know, brother.
You let us know.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening to another week of Blokes. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell everybody. Spread the word. Get us out there.
Yeah, next week should be a good one. We've got
Jordan episode.
Double Leeds, Manchester United, double.
Yeah, we've got the home and away Leeds.
Home and away. Should be a good one, though.
Yes, sir.
Tough side to beat.
I'll see you guys next week.
Jordan episode next. Peace.
I'm here with 2 former legends.
Where's the bloke? It's half time. We talk to a bloke about football. Where's the bloke?